Hey there, Norman here from WellCode, and today we're going to be taking a look at the FX Halos widget. The FX Halos widget displays an interactive halo that is followed by a beautiful streaming tail. This hypnotic effect is both elegant and soothing and allows you to create a subtle point of interest anywhere within your site. Let's jump into the builder and take a look at how we're going to set this widget up. Here in the builder, we have our design agency template, and I'd like to add the FX Halos widget right here into the hero section to replace this static background in order to capture the site visitor's attention and give some movement and life to this page. If we head over into our site preview here, we can take a look at exactly what we'll be recreating today. As we can see, the FX Halos widget is adding a nice layer of movement and style to the hero section, creating an attention-grabbing effect. Let's head back into the builder and get started. Here in the builder, we're going to start by opening up our widgets panel. From here, we're going to grab our Halo widget, drag and drop that right into this hero section here. Right off the bat, you're going to see this black placeholder widget. It's important to note that this will not be visible on the live published site. It will only be visible on the preview site and within the builder itself. It's also important to note that while it is possible to use multiple FX Halo widgets on the same page, we do not recommend using more than one instance of the widget on the page, and the reason for this is simply that this widget requires a significant amount of graphics processing power, and multiple instances of GPU-hungry effects can result in reduced page speeds on older computers or slower GPUs. So let's jump into the options panel here and take a look at how to set this widget up. Here in the content panel, there is only one option, and that is the apply to option. There are quite a few options in this list, and for this example, we'll leave it on the current row option. However, there are two options as well that I wanted to highlight. The first one being the entire page option. This applies the effect to the background of the entire page. In this case, the widget may be placed anywhere on the page except the header or the footer. Placing in the header or footer will result in the effect being applied to the entire site. Also, I want to address the custom CSS selector option. This advanced option allows you to target elements using their CSS class or ID. This is useful for when trying to apply the effect to the backgrounds of things where a widget cannot be placed, such as a gallery or slideshow. For a more in-depth understanding and explanation on how to use this setting, I would definitely recommend you take a look at our excellent training doc available for this widget. And that is all for the Content tab. Let's head over into the Design tab and take a look at how to style this widget. Here in the Design tab, we have quite a number of options available, so let's get started from the top and work our way down. Starting at the top, we have minimum dimensions. This allows you to set the dimension of the Halo effects container. If we select automatic, which is what we'll be using in this example, it'll force the FX Halos widget to automatically resize to fill the container or row that it's placed in. And the custom option allows you to manually adjust both the minimum width and height of the widget's container. Moving on down, we have the background color. This sets the background color that is visible behind the Halos effect. Next, we have the base color. This sets the base color that is visible within the Halos effect. Let's open up this color picker and let's grab this orange color that we already had pre-saved. Beautiful. Moving down from there, we have the halo size. This sets the size of the halo effect. So if we increase this up to 21, we can see we get a much larger effect. And if we drop this back down, we can see we get a much smaller effect. So we'll bring that back to roughly where it was before. I believe it was on 10. Move on down to amplitude. This adjusts how strong or how soft the effect is on the halo. Right now it's on 10 by default. If we jump this all the way up to 23, we can see we get a much more strong wave effect. So let's drop this back down to 10. Moving on below that, we have the horizontal offset direction. This sets which side of the horizontal offset value will be affected, the left or the right. And below that, we have the horizontal offset slider, and this sets the amount of horizontal offset. Following that, we have the vertical offset direction, which sets the side of the halo the vertical offset value will be applied from top to bottom. And below that, we have that vertical offset slider, which is where you will set the amount of the vertical offset. So now we can close this. We can grab our preview URL. And we can take a look at this widget in action. Right here at the top of the page, we see our FX Halos widget is looking great. It adds a nice layer of movement and style to the hero section, creating an attention-grabbing effect to an otherwise static and boring page. Once again, I wanted to note that the black placeholder widget that you see here will not be visible on the live publish site. It will only be visible on the preview site and within the builder itself. Also, be sure to check out the FX widget section available in the sections panel for an ever-growing list of pre-styled and ready-to-use sections featuring many of our FX widgets. And that is it for the FX Halos widget. As you can see, it is a very simple widget, but one that can be used to add additional depth to any site. That said, my name is Norman Durkee, and you've been rocking with the best website builder platform on the web, wocode.com. And until next time, and as always, if you have any questions, please reach out to support. We're always here to help.